Hi, everybody. I am so excited for this live we have today. We have a very special guest who I think you guys are really going to enjoy. Our favorite holistic dermatologist, Zakiya Cush, is going to be joining us today to talk about everything anti-aging. We know that aging is something that a lot of people worry about. Even in our 20s, we don't want wrinkles. And so we're really looking forward to having her here. And I believe here. Let's see. One second. Hi! How are you?
Hey! How are you?
Good. We made it. I was getting a little worried.
Yeah.
It's all good though. Everybody, as you all know, this is Zakiya Cush. She is here. She is ready to talk anti-aging.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't want to waste any time. And I think we should just immediately just get into why preventative aging is important from early to mid 20s and why you should start now.
Absolutely. All right, Jade. So great seeing you tonight. Thanks guys for joining us over here on Instagram. And I'm so excited to talk about all things preventative aging with my buddy Jade. So let's go. All right, guys. So when it comes to preventative aging, I want you to understand that starting young is your best option to yield the best results on your preventative aging journey. So as Jade mentioned, starting in your 20s is what most dermatologists recommend, because the whole goal is to start at an age where you are responsible for your skincare routine, where you can most likely afford the products that you need, and also so that you can hold yourself accountable for how to use the products as well. So when you're in your 20s, you can go to the dermatologist, their esthetician, plastic surgeon even. You can ask the questions that you need at that age. That's why we recommend starting early as well. So one of the things that I would say is it's important to always know what you're trying to achieve when you're anti-aging journey. A lot of times it's wrinkle prevention, sun damage, combination of everything. It's skin tightening, firming. So we have in this anti-aging product line for Replenix a whole host of products that can help you achieve and address all of those preventative aging goals.
I love that you said that too about you're at an age where you can actually afford the products, because I feel like early 20s you're using St. Ives,
yeah,
Clean and Clear. You're
yeah.
using the stuff that is stripping your skin, but you're also
Absolutely.
so young that you don't want to expose your skin to that top-notch retinol and the
Absolutely.
hyaluronic acid. You're just too young. And so I think that that's super important to note, is that's a benchmark. When you can afford your own skincare, you should start using the good stuff.
Exactly.
And what are some of your favorite ingredients for anti-aging?
My favorite ingredients, retinol, 100%, hyaluronic acid, 100%, and glycolic acid. Now, I like vitamin C, but personally, I am using my retinols for my wrinkle prevention. I love hyaluronic acid for hydration, keeping my skin nice, soft, and supple and hydrated. And of course, I like green tea to use for antioxidant purposes to get rid of all of those reactive oxygenated species. And that's a big word, I know, but it's a big word that essentially means there are things in our environment that penetrate our skin daily that can destroy it and break it down. Things like UV, different pollutants, chemicals, and ozones and things like that come through in our environment that we are exposed to every day. And you have to use antioxidants like green tea to help combat those. Because if you don't, those are the type of products, those types of pollutants, if you will, those factors break down the skin and they cause premature aging, which you do not want.
That's interesting that you say that, and that's something to know about Replenix is that our green tea polyphenols really help the retinol be non-irritating, and like Zakiya said, they help penetrate the skin better, and I think that that's so important to know. And like for example, our hyaluronic acid hydration serum, this is great for hydration, but it
Yes,
can work on any skin type because of the green tea polyphenols. You can't just take hyaluronic acid, put it on your skin, and think
yeah,
it'll do its job. It really has to work in partnership with another ingredient to make sure that it works. How
correct.
do you feel about ceramides? What's the deal with
Ceramides.
ceramides?
Well,
I feel like that's
this is
going around now.
ceramides. Yeah, they're moisturizing ingredients. Ceramides are just fats. They're already found naturally. About 30 or 40% of them are found naturally in our skin. But you need ceramides to put in your skincare products so that you can keep the skin moisturized, creates a nice barrier. Because what happens is if your skin gets damaged, a bruise or a scar or anything like that, germs and things could get in and penetrate the epidermis, and that also causes irritation and inflammation. When you use a product with ceramides in it, like what we have in a lot of our Replenix products, what we're doing is creating a nice hydrating barrier to prevent the skin from becoming irritated and inflamed. And therefore, that inflammation won't be a problem, and therefore you won't have any aging, premature aging issues. That's why it's important to use products that have ceramides in them.
I love that. And so what's the deal with peptides? Because I feel like everywhere everyone's talking about peptides now too and why we need it.
Yeah.
What's the difference between peptides and ceramides?
Well, the biggest difference is peptides are proteins and
Mhm.
ceramides are fats or lipids. So one is more moisturizing and one is really good for maintaining our extracellular matrix. Essentially, the matrix that protects our skin and upholds it. You want to prevent it from being broken down from those pollutants. So as you guys recall earlier in our conversation, I said there are a lot of pollutants in our environment that we are exposed to every day that destroy our skin and cause premature aging. You need certain peptides so that you can prevent those things from breaking down the proteins in our skin and then causing that damage to our cellular layer, and that's what you don't want. So peptides help protect against those pollutants that cause premature aging, and ceramides are just fats that help moisturize and create a nice barrier so things don't get in.
I love that. And when you said about the ceramides, that makes me want to grab the Age Restore nighttime
Yes.
therapy because this, when I wake up, my face feels like a plump, nice, soft pillow. And
Yeah.
because I'm putting fat back on my face, but hydrating fats, if
Correct.
you will. Oh my gosh.
Correct.
That
So
is so, I love that. But it
one,
also has the peptide complex that you
correct.
talked about.
There you go. So and also and the green tea. Don't forget the green tea is in this one, Jade. So you have the peptide complex, the green tea that combats that's nice and antioxidant, which is what you need to help protect against premature aging. And then again, like you said, the peptide complex and the ceramides are excellent as well.
Oh, that's so amazing. And so, what do you think if you were stranded on a desert island and you could
Mm-hmm.
only pick three anti-aging products from the Replenix collection? What would those three be?
Three products. You need to wash with the wash because you cannot use that salty seawater that'll dry you out. Okay, guys, you need this. You need that antioxidant wash. Um, you're gonna need some Age Restore Bio Repair Serum, and the reason why I'm picking this one is because of the plankton extract in it. And I know that's like people like plankton. Yeah, it is found in the sea. But listen, guys, plankton is excellent, excellent for preventing pollutants from penetrating and also causing premature aging. If you're on a desert island, you're going to want, there's going to be tons of sun and things coming at you every day. You're going to need to wash with something that has an antioxidant, and that's your Replenix antioxidant wash. You're going to need to protect your skin every night with a serum, and you can use the Bio Repair Serum during the day. So like if your skin's getting dry, this serum is perfect for that. It hydrates, nourishes, and the plankton again prevents against that premature aging. And then of course I'm going to go to sleep on the island, so I would bring my nighttime restore cream. guys, because there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with using a product that hydrates and protects. So those are the three things that I would bring.
I love that. And I think that makes me love the Age Restore Nighttime Therapy even more, knowing that it's protecting and hydrating.
Yes.
And it's interesting that you brought up this hydrating cleanser, because as we're getting into ingredients, I'm thinking what makes the antioxidants in the antioxidant hydrating cleanser so amazing.
So the green tea polyphenols, again, that we discussed, that is what makes this product beneficial and helps get rid of any, again, oxygen. I just want everyone to understand the antioxidant purpose for that the purpose of that ingredient is to protect against the pollutants. So the antioxidant green tea polyphenols that are in this face wash protect the skin against those pollutants that your skin is exposed to every day. And those pollutants are the things that cause the premature aging. So that's why you need to start the day with a face wash like this. And that's what I do in my routine. I start with this and I use it morning, cleanse my skin. Of course, I put on my sunscreen and then makeup and whatnot. And then at night, I also use this because I like to go to bed with a fresh face, and then I use my nighttime restore cream.
That was going to be my next question, is like, I like this at night because my skin feels very hydrated after using it. But that's
Absolutely.
Interesting that you say in the morning too, because of the green tea polyphenols. Like, it's
correct.
That with the SPF is really going to protect you from those pollutants.
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
amazed by that. And I'm curious, when would you use the Age Restore Brightening Moisturizer?
So that is a good question. I like this product for putting it on after I cleanse my skin. I like to put this on first, and then I put my sunscreen on top. I think that it has a nice hydrating aspect to it. And then I also use the Replenix hydrating antioxidant sunscreen. It's just double hydration. But one is just good to just coat the layer of your skin. So this the Age Restore moisturizer, and then you need your SPF, your sun protection factor, on top to prevent the UV rays from damaging the skin. And that's what I put on top. Personally, the sunscreens that I use, guys, is antioxidant, the hydrating antioxidant one, and then I also use the tinted oil face one. So those are the ones that I like in my morning routine, because it doesn't leave a white cast on my skin tone. It hydrates my skin and it blends in very well. When I use like makeup or anything on top of it, it blends well. So I love that product. And I want to make a point about sunscreen. Just because you use it on the face doesn't mean you can't put it on other areas of the body. And what I mean is Replenix also has the tinted mattifying one, SPF 30. And this product it's mattifying. So it could leave it kind of sits on the skin on a darker skin tone. I'm just going to show you guys if you can see. Yeah. So that's kind of like, you're going to see that mattifying like white cast on it. So this is a product that I would recommend for arms, the tops of the tops of your feet, and even the tops of your hands, and even your ears, because even though it leaves like a white cast on the face, you can use it on other sun exposed areas and protect it from sun damage. Remember, guys, these areas get damaged every day as well from the sun. We're not just, when we talk about preventative aging, you can see that your hands age, your neck, your arms age as well. So just make sure you're covering that as well with sunscreen. And if the sunscreen you have from from a Replenix line that may leave like a white cast on the face, don't throw it out, keep it, and then use it on the other sun exposed areas of the body.
I love that so much, because like even for me, the tinted, it's like I want to use it. I know it's a really good sunscreen, but it does leave that white cast. I'm like, I'm not going to throw away this sunscreen.
Yeah.
I'll use it. And that's perfect for the ears. And I was actually shocked to learn that about people of color, is we burn on our feet like the most. And that's so genius to put SPF on your feet and the tinted one, so you got a little coverage from those things. And I got a little distracted because I saw your nail color was anti-aging purple.
Yes.
I love that. That's so cute. And I think I was gonna ask too, because like, yeah, you took me down a rabbit hole. So when using the the brightening moisturizer and the hydrating together.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that that's a good combination for people with oily skin? Because I know with oily skin, people get a little hesitant to layer as much.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Well, listen, I have oily skin, oily T-zone, and there's no issue with the layering, guys. Let's put it this way. The thing about the oily skin that brings more oil out of the face is when you are using overly drying cleansers. When you use a cleanser that's overly drying, it strips the skin, and the body's reaction is to produce more sebum. And so that's what you're seeing there. It's not necessarily the products that you're using. So I want people to understand that difference. It's like if you're using something stripping, and the body's going to release more sebum in the face, and it's going to look like, whoa, what's going on? So that's why it's important to use something that's hydrating. Even though I have oily skin, use a hydrating cleanser that adds moisture. And that way the body won't see it as stripping the skin, stripping the natural moisture from the skin. So it won't make too much sebum. So afterwards, after I use my hydrating cleanser, pat your face dry, you're going to take the Age Restore the brightening moisturizer, and then you put a nice even layer, face, neck, exactly. And then you're going to take the hydrating antioxidant sunscreen. I find that these products blend nicely, guys. So I can't stress enough like how it's important to use your moisturizer first. And look at that. I just love the way it blends in and just hydrates, moisturizes. Look at that. There's no cast, and that's an SPF 50. So if you have to, if you want to layer these products, the brightening moisturizer is fine to use on first, and then put your sunscreen on top. And I recommend the hydrating sunscreen. And then go about your day. And I want to say this as well. When it comes to sunscreen, it takes about, let's say, 15 minutes for it to, this is according to the American Academy of Dermatology. It takes about 15 minutes or so for your skin to absorb the sunscreen. So you want to make sure you apply it before you leave the house, not when you're outdoors, because I know people make that mistake with sunscreen and they think, oh, let's throw it on and then hop into the water, or throw it on and just start on my morning walk. You want to give your skin the body time to absorb it. So just keep that factor in mind. It takes 15 minutes for the body to absorb your sunscreen. So I want you guys to actually get your benefit and sun protection from it.
I love that. Summertime is coming up, and how many of us have fell victim to getting to the beach,
yes,
spraying yourself, jumping in the water, and just feeling like lathered, like it didn't penetrate the skin.
Yeah.
Almost like coming off, and it's like kind of nasty. And that's exactly why, guys. It's because you're not giving it that 15-minute delivery system time, if you will,
Exactly.
to penetrate in and really work its magic. I love that. And so let's pivot to just the importance of sunscreen and using SPF daily for preventative aging.
Absolutely. So SPF stands for sun protection factor. The higher the number, it means that's the higher the number on the product. So 50, 15, 20, 30, whatever sunscreen you have. That number determines how much the actual product prevents the UV light from the sun from being absorbed into the skin. So the higher the number, the less penetration from the UV light. That's pretty much what we're going for. That's why it's recommended to use the SPF 30 or higher, because you have about a 97% coverage prevention from the UV light penetrating your skin when you're using an SPF 30. So that's just something to keep in mind. Also, another thing I will tell everyone is it's important to put on your sunscreen evenly, because what a lot of people tend to do is they just put it on in dots and patches. And I'm going to just switch to the tinted one right now. So just to exaggerate, so you just put a little dot on. That dot is not going to be enough to cover your forearm, right? And so what happens is you put a dot on and you say, oh, I don't want too much. And you go out and then your whole arm burns or something like that when you're driving. Because you're driving and a lot of sun damage from that as well. So you need to put on, guys, like a nice even layer. That is a nice layer where it's continuous. There are no breaks in my application. And then I'm rubbing it in well, like lotion. And that's what you want to do. And you want to make sure you're rubbing it in well to cover the area you're trying to protect. So just be generous and make sure it's a nice, even layer, guys. So that's something that I will say. I'm just going to rub it in because it's so nice and moisturizing. And this, by the way, is the tinted oil-free one. So love it. Look at that. You don't even see no cast. Okay, guys? And you ask me why I love Replenix. This is why. I can do this all day.
No gimmicks, the tint works.
Absolutely. So that's one of the things I'll say about sunscreen. Make sure you're using SPF 30 or higher. Make sure you're applying a generous, even layer, guys. Even layer to the area you're trying to cover. If you're doing your neck, generous, even layer for the neck. Your chest area, same thing. Tops of your hands, back of your hands here, tops of your feet as well, okay? So that's pretty much the goal. And remember, the sun has UV rays that destroy the skin. UV light is really strong. It breaks down the DNA in our skin, and that's what happens when you see people get certain skin cancers, because too much exposure to UV light can cause breaks in the DNA, causing cancers to form. And that's the simple way of saying that, because that's essentially what happens. So it's important to protect your skin with sunscreen, and also super, super important that you use hats or cover-ups when you're on the beach, or make sure you're using your sunglasses. Because in addition to the sunscreen, which is like your chemical blocker, you need to use physical fabric blockers to protect as well. Because no matter what, that sun is going to dry out the skin, and dry skin dehydrates the skin. Dehydrated skin leads to wrinkles, and then you're going to see sun damage. So it's so important to use the appropriate sunscreens, make sure they're hydrating products, make sure it's an SPF factor of 30 or higher, and then make sure you're using a hat and cover-ups as well when you're outdoors for long periods of time.
And I love that you said that, because our entire sun care collection does feature hyaluronic acid.
Yes.
So that you are moisturized, and like you said, you're preventing that drying and that dehydration so that wrinkles don't form.
Mm-hmm.
And so how often would you apply an SPF 50 plus throughout a 24-hour span? Let's say you're going to be in the sun more than half of the day. How often would you apply the sunscreen?
So SPF 50 is, so sunscreens in general should be applied every 2 hours, and also depending on your exertion. So if I'm at, I don't know, Disneyland, and I'm walking around for hours trying to make a bathroom break, and well, you'll have to make one. So when you go to a bathroom break, reapply the sunscreen to the sun exposed areas. And the same thing if you're on the beach, or you go to a water park, or just a long walk, say you're in Manhattan, you just happen to be walking forever blocks through Central Park, take your break and reapply your sunscreen. It's every 2 hours. And also keep in mind, some people sweat differently, faster than others, slower. If you know that you sweat a lot, let's say you apply your sunscreen at 9 a.m. and all of a sudden you have like profuse sweating of your arms at 9:30. You're the kind of person who needs to reapply sooner. Okay, so that's the things that I would recommend. So it's recommended every 2 hours, but then you apply more depending on your level of exertion.
I love that, because I feel like growing up there was the myth that the SPF was the number of minutes that you had to apply it. So it's like SPF 30, you have to do it every 30 minutes. If it's 50, you get a little additional 20 minutes. That is not the case. Every 2 hours, no matter the SPF levels, it's just a matter of how much the sun can penetrate the skin, and 50 plus is the way to go.
Absolutely.
Penetrate less. I do have some questions from our followers that respond to us in stories. They knew that you would be on. So at Any5 Weathers asks, sagging skin on my face is my main concern. How do I tighten my sagging skin?
Sagging skin on the face. So that's all about collagen. That's all about using lifting and firming creams, like the tightening cream that we have, the lifting and firming neck cream. Yeah, this is your best bet. I recommend, this product doesn't have any retinol in it, so that means you can use it day and night. I recommend using a product like this morning. If if sagging skin is your focus, cleanse your skin, pat your face dry, put on your lifting and firming neck cream. Put it even put it around your jowl area as well. This is where a lot of women notice the aging manifesting, down here in the lower third of the face. So I would recommend using the cream upwards, apply like this, and then apply like this. Okay, always in an upward motion on the face. You want to follow the muscle, and you want to keep going upwards and lifting as well. But just in general, when you're noticing the sagging of the skin, that's a lot of times you're losing collagen. So you may have to switch as well to the vitamin C Replenix line with the collagen, the collagen serum. And also you might want to introduce more vitamin C in your diet. Collagen requires vitamin C and protein. So you essentially need to have a protein in your diet, and you need to have your citrus fruits in your diet as well to make sure you're maintaining that hydration and maintaining your collagen. That's the best advice I can give you on that. Outside, and those are, of course, there are other things we can be doing, but that requires plastic surgeons and a little more invasive things. So we're not going to go there yet. But in terms of just using topicals, though, that's what I would recommend.
I love that. Even just the diet, and like, that's such a key thing to know, is vitamin C and collagen work hand in hand.
Absolutely.
And we do have a vitamin C Pro Collagen serum that works amazing. I use it the day before my SPF, and I love it. And I had no clue that that's what it was doing. So.
Absolutely. That's the one, guys. Vitamin C Pro Collagen serum. That's what you want to introduce.
I love that. And so this kind of goes into that, and you kind of dove into it, but it's like how to help with tech neck, the lines on my neck. I'm starting to notice them now. And you did mention the lifting and firming neck.
I did. And I want to make sure everyone understands. Let me see if I can lower this. I wanted to, okay, good. There you go. You have a beautiful muscle here called your platysma muscle. And the thinner your neck, the more you're going to see the muscle bands from that muscle. It's not a bad thing. The muscle is just here. So a person with a thin neck, you're going to see it, and it's fine. And a person with has fat on their neck, or they gain weight in their neck area, and there's some women who do that. Certain celebrities, you can look, you'll see that. And then that's what makes it more pronounced. So the muscle itself is fine. You can always do gua sha. God, we have to do an IG live on this, because I really would love to show you guys how to use the gua sha stone to lift and tighten and break up lines and bands. Because that's honestly what I would recommend to make sure that you're keeping this area smooth and keeping the bands from becoming so firm and noticeable. Also, remember, there are no oil glands on the neck. So what you're actually seeing is the fact that your neck is dry. So you have to use the lifting and firming neck cream, but you really have to use, where are you? You have to use the hyaluronic acid as well, serum, guys.
Ooh.
So if you're concerned about your neck looking dry, and then when it gets dried out, it gets more wrinkly, and then those bands already, those natural muscle bands from the platysma muscle that's here, they become more pronounced the drier the neck skin is. So that's why at night I would actually recommend putting that on and hydrating if that is a issue for you. And you'll see as the skin softens up and gets more moisturized and hydrated, you'll notice it, those kind of things dissipate. Those bands and the lines, they'll dissipate. But we have to do another IG live talking about gua sha and jade rolling, because I can show you guys some great tips. And using the Replenix serums to show how the serums could penetrate more with those tools. So that's just something for Jade and the team there.
the next live for sure. I love that so much, especially with our serums. We're actually working on a little secret something that would go actually perfect with that. So
Awesome.
we'll make that happen. And you actually kind of opened up the door for me of, you know, you said to put the hyaluronic acid on your neck. And I'm thinking, well, if you have other areas of dryness, in our other live, you did mention, or in a previous live, you mentioned about putting glycolic acid on your elbows, your knees, those drier areas. Could you do that with the hyaluronic acid as well?
So the difference is when I use glycolic acid on my elbows and knees, I'm using it for, we love you too. I love that comment. Thank you guys. When I use glycolic acid on my knees, elbows, and soles of my feet, what I'm doing is I'm breaking down that thick skin to make it softer and smoother. Glycolic acid helps with discoloration, so I'm really using it to to fade any pressure changes from me leaning on a desk or writing. That's what exactly, those pressure changes, the glycolic acid will help with that. Hydration though, for dry parts of the skin, you can use the hyaluronic acid serum. So I don't know if I misspoke, but glycolic acid for the elbows, knees is for discoloration and to smooth everything out. But the hyaluronic acid is for areas of the face and body that are just dry. And so the neck and the face would be great products for the hyaluronic acid serum right here, guys. But I wouldn't put glycolic acid on my neck unless it was the glycolic acid like face skincare one. I mean, I have the lotion you guys have is excellent for elbows, knees, and even like the 10% one that's a little too strong for the face for some people. I also recommend that for elbows and in the knees to smooth it out and soften it. But the neck area is also very delicate. Neck and chest is very delicate. So just use the glycolic acid 5% cream if you really feel like it's discolored and you want to smooth it out, then you can do the 5% cream there. But I would actually prefer that if the skin is just really dry, that you just use the hyaluronic acid serum at night to bring back the hydration first. Use the glycolic acid if it's discolored and dry, that's different. But if it's according to our viewer there with the question, it's really the dryness, and the dryness is what's making those wrinkles look more pronounced. So she needs to bring back the hydration with the hyaluronic acid first.
So yeah. These two would be the secret to combating dryness in the neck and
correct, and tightening and making it nice and youthful.
I love that. And then at Christy Lindy is asking about why is retinol such an important in someone's anti-aging journey?
Oh, I love this question. Retinol is important. Let me tell you guys something. Retinol is something that teens are using for acne purposes, and they don't even realize that already they're introducing this amazing preventative aging product in their skincare routine, but they're starting to use it for acne and just reducing the inflammation and drying out their pimples. When you get a bit older in your 20s, you really need to start using it for wrinkle prevention and just keeping the skin nice and smooth. Retinol is excellent, as I said in a previous live. It is designed to exfoliate the skin, reduce inflammation, and keep you nice and smooth. Therefore, you have two products as Jade is holding up. You have your 5, the dry serum, and you have your 10. Okay? These products are excellent to use in your nighttime preventative aging routine. Remember, retinol, the retinol compound is very unstable in UV light, so you should not use it during the day. It does make you burn faster as well. So always, if it's a retinol product, first you need to remember to use it at night, and then use it, especially these dry serums, you can apply it. Oh, can't even get it open right now, but if I could, I would show you something. Yes. Yes, I wanted to show you. Perfect. That's about the appropriate amount exactly that Jay just put on the back of her hand that you would then take and apply all over your face. I recommend this product all over your face. The thing about the dry serum for people like me who have oily skin, it's nice, it's moisturizing, but not stripping. Some retinol products can be a bit too drying, and it doesn't help to balance that out, that your microbiome on your skin. So you want to use this product, the dry serum product, and I start off at the 5 first, and then I graduate to the 10 concentration. Remember, the 5 is what you want to use if you're just starting out, and you're not sure how you're going to respond or tolerate the product. Start out with the 5, and you can put that all over your face, pea-sized amounts, forehead, T-zone. You can remember, above the lips. This is an area where that women can get wrinkles, women and men. But you know, they have the mustache, so sometimes you don't see it. So for women, you want to make sure you're putting your dry serum up here, nasal labial folds, again along the jawline and under here. Okay. And even in even amounts, guys. And then you can do that. I'd say this product does not irritate. I've tried it. I've been using it for quite some time now. It doesn't irritate. And I have my sunscreen in the morning, my hydrating cleanser in the morning, and everything just balances itself out. So retinol is an amazing product to use. It just really helps with wrinkle reduction. You do not want to skip out on retinol if that is something that's concerning to you, or you notice you're getting wrinkles here or premature wrinkles here or above the lip. Jump in and start using your retinol, guys. Don't be afraid of retinol products, because they are 100% beneficial and they do yield amazing results.
I mean, you just dropped some knowledge. I'm like, is that why all of these young kids have this glowing skin? Is because they're accidentally using retinol for anti-aging purposes, but obviously they're using it for acne and
exactly
kind of working double time. And we do have this. This is like my ultimate favorite, this retinol smooth and tighten body lotion.
Yes.
This is the holy grail.
Holy grail, guys.
Zakiya, yours is almost gone.
Because it's, listen, phenomenal product. It doesn't leave your skin tacky, that like sticky sensation that some lotions can do. This product keeps my skin smooth. So I have like a body scrub that I use. I'm like, I don't really need to use it as much because I have this. The retinol alone keeps you nice, tight, and smooth. And I'm not kidding, guys. Not kidding. I just came back from vacation in California. I was wearing my shorts. I was looking great. And I attribute a lot of that to this product. Okay. Use it on your legs, use it on the arm area, use it on your butt. I mean, I'm telling you, it works very well. You will not regret using this product.
That's what I mean, I would say is like, I feel like it's great cellulite.
Yes.
Those wrinkles. And it's such an amazing texture.
Oh yeah.
Love that it's fragrance free. Like huge for me too. I feel like when it has fragrances in it and I'm trying to use it as a really hydrating body lotion, it's not as effective.
Yes.
And what's the difference between like all trans retinol and like just retinol?
Oh wait, I love this question. So all trans retinol is a retinol product that just penetrates the skin immediately. Remember, retinol products have to attach to retinoic receptors on the surface of your skin, then they can penetrate. All trans retinol cuts through that step. That's what makes it significant, and therefore you're going to see faster results. Yes, that's my sister.
Hi, sister.
Hi, Amber. Thank you for joining. So all trans retinol cuts through that retinoic acid receptor attachment that just regular retinols will do. And regular retinols, I mean like your Olays or something like that, and CVS, even your skincare, your different creams, your adapalene, those are still in the retinol family. They still have to attach to retinoic receptors on the skin, and once they attach, then the chemical reaction occurs where the retinol begins to help with inflammation reduction and exfoliation. All trans retinol, as you guys see in the retinol smooth and tighten body lotion, penetrates immediately. So no irritation and yields, and the results are faster.
It's like, you hear that, guys? Faster delivery time with Replenix. our clinical grade ingredients are top notch. They're the most pure, potent. They penetrate the skin effectively. Zakiya, it has been such an amazing pleasure speaking with you again. Do you
Yes.
have any closing statements? I know I personally want to say, I love when we hop on live and just key about skincare and ingredients. And I cannot wait for this gua sha stone serum live. That's
Absolutely.
happening, and I'm super excited about that.
Absolutely. Are there any quick questions in the chat you want me to quickly
Yeah,
answer?
let me go through these. Let's see. We have is there a better time of the day to use retinol, day versus night?
Oh, yes. Retinol should always be used at night, guys. Remember, retinol is unstable during the day with UV light. So only use it at night, and use it after you cleanse your skin, please. Fresh skin. Always apply your retinol products on top of fresh, cleansed skin at night.
I love that. And then I'm just going through here. It's a lot. Someone said lifting cream. Yes, we have a lifting cream. I'm curious, and this is just, would you recommend? You recommend using the lifting and firming neck cream on your butt?
Yes. Yeah, you can use it there.
Okay. Non-irritating,
Absolutely.
nothing. Someone asked about, Cara E. Dixon actually asked about acceleration and dullness. And I feel like that's a part of aging, is that dullness of the skin. What do you attribute that to? What ingredients would you recommend someone incorporates into their skincare routine to kind of get rid of that like dullness of the skin?
So dullness comes from internal, guys. So I just want to make sure we are clear about that. And I can talk about that in the Gua Sha IG Live, but I want to make this point. When you see people with that sallow complexion, that really comes from often vitamin deficiencies. It's so important that you incorporate appropriate diet in addition to your skincare routine. Vitamin C is the best product, though, topically to use to help brighten the skin, but more so, it's color complexions. Like if it's dull, we need to make sure you have enough iron, that you're oxygenating, your skin is being oxygenated properly. You also need to make sure you have appropriate vitamin C consumption, vitamin A consumption, give you that nice bright complexion as well. So I would say yes, absolutely. Nutrition and skincare go hand in hand. I mentioned this before. Like I remember in our first IG live, I said you have to eat your vitamin C and apply your vitamin C. And you absolutely do, because if you have dull undertones, sometimes that can come from protein deficiencies. It can come from iron deficiencies. So we really won't know unless you do blood work and obviously go to your primary care doctor or even your endocrinologist. You just have to get your blood work done to figure out what that is internally. Because the dullness comes from what the body doesn't have. So if it doesn't have enough nutrients, it's not going to reflect nice, vibrant skin. And you can put all the topicals you want on. You can put all of the makeup and whatever you want to do, but you have to be hydrating and giving your body proper nutrients internally so that can shine and affect your complexion externally. So that's the most I'll say on that. But and again, any vitamin C product, if you will be helpful to just benefit with brightening, but definitely it's a nutrition thing.
Nice. I love that. Someone asked, does the antioxidant hydrating cleanser take off makeup well?
I think it does, but it depends on how thick it is. If you're using like a dermablend, something a little heavier, you may need a bar soap and like a Dove unscented or unscented like CeraVe, maybe bar soap. And I say that because bar soaps tend to be more emulsifying than certain cleansers. So if it's a product that's thick and heavy, like a heavy like cover up type of makeup like a dermablend, you may need a bar soap, guys. But I wear my regular like L'Oreal or like pressed powder compact that you can use. The antioxidant hydrating cleanser is fine. Even the Replenix gentle cleanser is fine. They have another like a gentle cleanser line as well that you can use, and you can take multiple pumps of that because you know this is antioxidants are in here, guys. So use the gentle cleanser one and just take multiple pumps and wash your face with like a washcloth or gentle cloth, and your makeup will come off.
I love that. And then one last question we have. Grease Bobin is asking, can combination skin benefit from the brightening moisturizer in a SPF?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just their question. Since we touched on if
Okay.
oil skin can combination skin also
Okay.
this?
So benefit from using the tinting?
Yeah, benefit from using the moisturizer first and then the SPF.
So which moisturizer though are we talking about?
The Age Restore Brightening Moisturizer.
Okay, I got you. Well, this is the thing. You can use them both, but I don't know if you necessarily need them both, right? So that's the thing. The tinted one, I find it to be really, really super hydrating. You can use them both, but combination skin, you don't want to put too much stuff on it. You don't want to overdo it and then you look really tacky. So you have to be mindful of that. You can use the products both. And I did mention that's how I use it. Gentle cleanser, I put on the Age Restore Brightening Moisturizer first, a nice thin layer just everywhere. And then I use the tinted one on top. I do that. That's fine. It's not going to like irritate if that's the question, but I mean, they blend nicely. That's the most I can tell you. But yeah, so I don't have any objections to that, guys. You can mix them both.
And I do want to shout out this one comment because Replenix does cost a pretty penny. It's because clinical grade top-notch ingredients. But J Nettles 8168 said, one thing I can say is that the Replenix cleansers last a long time. Definitely good value. If you see how big this cleanser is, it is a full size. You're definitely not traveling with this cleanser. This will last a very long time, and it's worth it, I think, to incorporate these clinical grade ingredients into your cleansers and your moisturizer and serum. And yeah, right now we're currently having a sale, 20% off the anti-aging collection. Use code AGE20 to get 20% off if you want to try anything in this live that we talked about. I know a lot of you had reactions to lifting and firming neck cream. And so, yeah, it's 20% off using code AGE20.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts, guys, jump in and buy your Replenix. This is an excellent skincare line to invest in. I've used it. I recommend it and advise it. And if you're going to buy, you don't have to buy everything we discussed, but buy everything that you know you want, excuse me, that you want to use right now. So if you know you need a proper cleanser, get the cleanser. Make sure you get something that, if you know firming and tightness is what you want, grab your lifting and firming neck cream now. And start and if you want to use the retinol tightening body lotion, then buy that. Start with small and work your way up, because sometimes that's the best approach, to just allow yourself to see how the products work, appreciate them for what they're doing for your body, and then you're going to naturally want to invest in it more. I can definitely reassure you on that. So start small and then just jump right in and begin your preventative aging journey.
Wait, I'm like, every time you say something, we could just go on and on. I go down a rabbit hole because I'm like, that's genius. A lot of times it's like, go out and buy the collection. And it's like, no, if you know you need a new cleanser or just an under eye cream, go and buy the one product that you're thinking, test it out, see if you like the brand, see if it's non-irritating, and then you can really deep dive into more products and get a little bit more experimental.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Zakiya, it has been amazing.
Thank you.
For this like gua sha stone serum live. everybody for joining. Again, this is Zakiya Cush. You'll be seeing her on our page a lot. And yeah, you have an amazing evening, Zakiya.
Thank you, Jade. Thank you, guys. Mwah. Love
Bye,
you. Appreciate it.
everybody.
Bye.